Hello guys and welcome to Witchcraft Criminal History. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Well, we're doing another video. Another review video. This is on a tarot deck, what I got yesterday. It's called the Wildwood Tarot. And this is done by Mark Ryan and John Mathews. Okay, I really love this deck. This is a beautiful deck. And I actually got this from a seller what I've been dealing with quite a lot. And I actually asked him when you've been, unloading a lot of decks. And I said, do you have any other decks which you haven't put up there which you're planning on selling? And there was two. One, he had a second copy of this one. He had a second copy of that which he was selling. And I only need one copy. And he had this one. And this one he hadn't even published yet, for on Facebook to sell. So this didn't even make it on the market. And because I've been a regular customer of his, he decided to give me a discount with this particular deck. And I'm really, really grateful to him. This is a beautiful deck. I love this deck. Yes, some of the cards are going to give me a little bit of a nightmare. Some of them. However, not all. Most of it is quite understandable. You can understand where they're coming from. You can read the cards. There's just a few of them which are a little bit out there. There's many when there's just an animal there. Especially like rare animals like the stout. Okay. On the back of the box, you got this. A little bit of a blurb about the deck and the samples of the cards. And you can see the beautiful borderline, on this box. The exquisite detail of this is absolutely second to none. It's fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. And on the side, it looks like that. And it's the same on the other side, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's have a look inside. Inside you got this is what it looks like inside. And this one you got a massive book. Books are usually quite big, with tarot. So that's not uncommon. But what's uncommon is that this is also very, very wide as well. Usually with the decks that I've had, they weren't this wide. Even with my older decks, they weren't this wide. I had them a bit longer, thinner, short and fat, like I've seen with the Dawn Virtues decks. This one is different. This one, it looks like a good sized book. And, yeah, you could see one of the cards on here. They called this card in the deck the Hooded Man, which I gather it is their version of the Hermit. Because all the decks that I've seen with Hermits, the main arcane, they all pretty much, give or take, look very similar to this. All the time, so yeah, but this deck is quite easy to understand, quite easy to read. The illustrations are second to none. Absolutely beautiful deck, and I'm extremely satisfied with my purchase. And yeah, let's have a little look inside the book. Alright. You've got in here, general information, about what's inside the book. And your information's about the cards. But one thing I find very, very interesting, let's see if we can find it this way. is the way they actually explain some spreads. So they actually got some completely different spreads in here. You know, so they also got, you know, they got this particular spread, which is the bow spread, you know, which is really, really cool. And also you've got, let's see if I can find it. And you also got the wild tree spread as well. So if you like, you know, trying new spreads, this deck is fantastic for it. They got plenty of details on how to read them, how to understand them. You know, with these particular spreads, because all spreads are a bit different. Okay, let's have a look at the cards. The cards that come, you know, come like that, so they come in two different piles. Which is also quite unusual. Usually they don't, they usually come, you know, in one big set, usually. If you know what I mean, they're in one pile, not separated. Okay, let's have a look at the cards. You're going to love this. Alright. You got the Archer. I'm still trying to figure out whether this Archer, whether he's presenting as the devil. I think he probably is the devil. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, okay? I'm just guessing. The Guardian. And this one, I think, with the Guardian, I think of this one, especially that it's a skeleton. First thing comes through my mind is death. So this is the death card. Because that's the only skeleton in this whole thing. There's a skull in this one later on, but for another group of cards. The Mirror. Two of Stones, Challenge. You got the old rabbits having a punch-up. The Two of Arrows. The Queen of Vessels, Salmon. So when he gets cards like this, that can be a little bit more on the difficult side. But, you know, that's the way it is at times with some decks. The King of Stones, the Wolf. And I think the stones are pentacles. Because once again, these are not the traditional ones. Because the traditional ones, you got, you know, pentacles, cups, swords, and wands. And this one's got arrows, bows, vessels, and stone. The Great Bear. The Ace of Arrows. The Breath of Life. And I think that the arrows are swords. But I'm just guessing here, guys. Don't shoot me. As for the bows, I think they're wands. The Four of Vessels, Boredom. The Seven of Vessels, Mourning. So there's a skull in here as well. But we know this is to do with the Seven of Vessels. Nothing to do with the Death card. The Nine of Vessels, Generosity. the journey. So once again, you know, you got the skull and the raven. Is it raven? That was a crow. I'm not quite sure what this one is either. So this could be deaf as well, but for some reason I keep thinking that one was more likely deaf compared to this one. I could be wrong. But then again, this also could be the devil as well, but the only reason why I think of that in, you know, satanic beliefs, you know, if you turn the pentagram, you know, upside down, you get, you know, the goat man pretty much. And that looks like kind of like a goat skull. But I could be wrong, so don't shoot me. Page of Arrows, Wren. The King of Arrows, Kingfisher. You know, I absolutely, like I said, I love this deck. It's beautiful, can't wait to use it. Six of Bows, Abundance. The Green Man. And I kept thinking, because you got the Green Man and the Green Woman in this deck. And I think they are the Sorcerer and Sorceress. Or Sorcerer and Empress. The Queen of Stones, Bear. The Sun of Life. Knight of Vessels, the Eel. Five of Stones, Endurance. Ten of Stones, Home. Four stones, Protection. Oh, that'd be a little fawn. Three of Bows, Fulfillment. And one thing I think, you know, with me personally, this is definitely Celtic by the looks of it with some of these images. And I think that from, you know, my personal origin, that I probably have Celtic background, you know, in my family. So that could be the reason why I like these so much. But, you know, who knows. Two of Bows, Decision. Four of Arrows, Rest. Knight of Arrows, Hawk. Six of Arrows, Transition. Knight of Bows, Fox. He's a happy fox. He looks like a happy fox. He looks like a content fox. Ace of Bows, Spark of Life. Ten of Vessels, Happiness. Queen of Bows, Hair. Ten of Bows, Responsibility. Page of Bows, Stout. The blasted oak. I'm not quite sure which one of the main arcane in this one is either. And lots of it, but then again, we've got by the numbers, you know, because I think it could be the Hanging Man, because he's upside down. However, the Hanging Man's like a 0, and it's a 16. But, it means nothing. Balance. The woodward. The stag. The moon on the water, which I gather is the moon. The world's tree, which I say is the world. The queen of arrows, the swan. Ace of vessels, the water. Or waters of life. 10, the wheel. Five of vessels, ecstasy. Seven of stones, healing. The seer. Yep. Five of arrows, frustration. Three of arrows, jealousy. Six of vessels, reunion. Two of vessels, attraction. Ace of stones, the foundation of life. Nine of bows, respect. King of vessels, heron. Nine of stones, tradition. Page of vessels, otter. Six of stones, exploitation. Three of vessels, joy. Knight of stones, horse. Page of stones, lynx. Eight of stones, skill. Three of stones, creativity. Eight of vessels, rebirth. Eight of bows, Hellfire. Four of Bows, Celebration. Seven of Bows, Clearance. The Wanderer. The Shaman. The King of Bows, Adder. The Hooded Man. Eight of Arrows, Struggle. Nine of Arrows, Dedication. Ten of Arrows, Instruction. The Pole Star. Seven of Arrows, Insecurity. The Green Woman. The Five of Bows, Empowerment. And I apologise for the rude picture. The Ancestor. And last but not least, the Forest Lovers, which we gather is the Lovers. Alright, this is a beautiful, beautiful deck, which I can't wait to start using. It is such a lovely deck. It is a beautiful deck. The artwork, as you can see, is clearly exquisite. It's absolutely beautiful. Fantastic. I'm very, very satisfied with the buy. Very, very satisfied. You can't complain. Personally, I love collecting them. And personally, with me, I don't see any difference between buying secondhand or new. Because the simple fact is you can get decks just as good secondhand as you do brand new. And secondhand you get them a little bit cheaper. You might have thought with the other one, with the Oracle of Shadows and Light, why didn't I buy the other one? Because that was going at the same price as $20. And I gotta, make money, and I'll be just breaking even, if I sold it. Even though that one was also autographed, but I'll still be breaking even, so it wasn't worth it. If you guys are interested in purchasing a reading from me, my Etsy channel is down below, so please feel free to go over there, purchase a reading, or purchase a deck, because I've got decks of Oracle cards there for sale. You can go over there, buy them, and they'll be sent out within 1 to 2 business days. And yeah, and I'll take, genuine care of the shipment and all that. And yeah, so there will be definitely well packaged, and would have definitely a lot of stuffing in there to protect the decks as well. So yeah, if you want to, but regardless, if you just want a reading, if you like me doing readings, or you want to get me to use this one, or any of my other decks, whether it's Tarot or Oracle. Although Tarot, you'll probably be testing me a little bit more, because I'm a little bit rusty with Tarot. But regardless, you know, you want a reading, go on there and book a session. You know, they are 60 AUD for one reading. I think it's $75 for one reading with this and one reading with pendulums. So yeah, and also you got bigger deals as well. Like for 50 readings, for the normal one, I think is about $400, 400 AUD, and you get 50 readings for that. 50 readings. You know, you do the mathematics, that is a massive saving, so that is a bargain. And if you decided you want to get the 51, all you have to do is, you know, book it in, and whenever you want a reading, just send me a line and say, hey, Abby, can you give me a reading? I've got a question I really want to do. And I go, yep, sure, no problem. You got 50 readings. So you can do it whenever you want. You know, whenever you want. You know, even if, for example, you're still doing it like, you know, now and then, and 10 years later you still haven't used them all, it's still valid. It's still valid, so you don't have to use them all at once. Alright, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and blessed be.